All right, guys. This next pick I want to talk about is the exact opposite of what I've been doing against the trend. This stock that I'm going to talk about is following the trend where it has had a big move up and it has came back down to a nice support zone. So I want to discuss my other strategy that I do, and this is the best play that I could find in the market that meets my system. So let's go right into the chart here. NVX is the best one. And as you can see, look at this monster move up. We have literally came all the way back down to where this thing almost initially pumped. And I highly recommend everyone mark out your charts and you will see why do I like this one so much. It's because for the first time ever, we finally have an EMA 200 at the bottom. We finally had that, and it's mainly because of the monster move up we had. This thing went up all the way up to 386, and you can see what happens is we have this pump, go back down sideways. I think this is the beginning of that, where we have never seen this 200 at the dead bottom. Look at this 200. It's always been at the top. We have finally correlated to where strong support should be. So I personally liked it down in this EMA 50. I learned this in the Discord here in the 170s, 180s. Obviously, since it kind of went up super fast, I say anything below $2 is a good buy. Try not to get it when it's above the upper band like this, because then it's already going up and it has to pull back. I think below $2 is amazing. My price target for this would be up in this resistance area here in the 250s to 260s. You can kind of see there's some nice resistance here. I think we've been consolidating a lot through this where we've just been going here. I think we're bound to break out with volume. But I put a good bit in this, so we'll see. This is, like I said, this stock has never done a reverse split too, so it just came across my attention on this. I think it's a very decent one, but 250s to 260s is realistic where we all can make money right in here. If you, let's just say you got in at $2, right, and it starts pumping when you see this video. And if it goes all the way to 250, you're looking at a 25% margin return. Right up in here, 25% margin at 250 and goes to 260. Right up in here, you're looking at even higher, 30%. And that's doable. Now, I've seen setups like this go and make new highs. They have a lot of catalysts going on here in the news. You can see, you can watch a lot of their news here. I think this is one of the better ones that has had volume. It's kind of died out a little bit, but it still has millions of volume every day. So I think once this catches a lot of attention in the groups and people start seeing the same pattern that I'm seeing, like daily EMA 50 support, monster move up, and this is what you call a bull flag pattern into resting phase. All in here, all you have been doing is, remember, I love accumulation. All of this thing has been doing is just accumulating. And I look for the magic number around, 5 days or so. But look at all that this has been doing, is accumulating all throughout in this region here. It has done practically nothing. And you can see right in here, we acted as support on the 50, have a long lower wick coming back up, come back to the 50, coming back up to it. So I think this is a decent one. Now, my stop loss, I tell everyone my stop loss is going to be the same. If we have a candle closing below this EMA 200, that would be my stop loss. So if you can't afford to risk a stop down in here, go with the size that you can go with and go from there. I think this right here is a nice solid setup. I don't see anything wrong with this setup right in here. I think this is decent company with a strong uptrend idea. So that's basically what I'm seeing here. Now remember, I called out Naka here. Naka is, I called out Naka here. We made a monster move from all the way down here to the upside. I called out a lot of other stocks. My biggest win was obviously BYND. I'm up 100% on ASST. I called it down in here. You want to get in. There's different ways to play this strategy. If you could clearly see when price is at this EMA 20, it can act as resistance. But what if you flip-flop the thing and be like, okay, well, what if you flip-flopped it and be like, okay, let's look at a chart at the other side. This is what NVX looks like. You have chart acting as support on the 50 now. And that's kind of what we see here. We have, support here, EMA 200 support down there. But that's why I like to say, okay, I want to look for the higher values. I might look to add more down in here if it goes down. That's the next area I would look to add. But we need to see a break of a new high coming in instead of a lower high. That's what I would like to see on this one. So NVX, I think it's a good one. I don't think it's bad. I think it's obviously going to pull back a little bit because of the 15-minute. Let people come into it and see if it makes the new high from this, maybe this potential EMA 5 back to reality here and go even higher. But that over $2, or quite above $2, 250 is kind of where I would like to see it. And I'm judging that based on a breakout type of structure into breaking this high here and coming up into this area here. But yeah, it obviously had the catalyst to come up in here. It had the volume to come up in here, and then it kind of died out. So let's see if we can get one more ramp up into volume coming up into this thing. But I always tell people, when I see an EMA 200 at the bottom, that's a very rare event, especially on a stock like this. We saw that many times with one of the biggest movers like BBAI. Remember when it started having that 200 at the bottom, we had this monster move up. And you can see here, let's just say you have these little bounces here and there. But the biggest bounces you're going to have is when it first makes that move up. Look at this. This is the phase where you're at here. When you have that first move up here, you had the 200 the first time here. And look at this EMA 50. The first time it touched the 50, look how much it went up. I only like to play it on the first beginning touch. So if you look at NVX, this is the first time we touched the 50. It's not like it already touched it. Usually how support resistance works is you touch it, it can make a monster move up. But if it makes a monster move up and comes back down, it doesn't mean we play it again. We look to play it at the next level, which is the 200. All right, guys. This is my analysis. I want to make it quick and short. So, if you guys want to get in, choose to do what you want. But I see a strong demand in here. This could be the next big mover, in my opinion, that could make a monster move up. Granted, everything comes with risk. I'm not saying this is going to go to 250, 260. That's just the potential that I see in the chart. I see that we can make an uptrend start happening. I see the daily EMA 50. I showed thousands of examples of my magic strategy on the daily 50 with the 200 at the bottom of how it works insane. So I'll see what it goes and go from there. And as always, guys, I'm going to put these first in the Discord. If you guys want to join the Discord, click the link down below in YouTube comments below, and in the description, it'll say join the premium Discord for my alerts. It'll take you to this free chat landing page. You'll see we have over 10,000 members in here chatting it up. Lots of people going in. You can hit how to subscribe and hit day trade alerts if you want access to all the alerts, day trades, and swing trades. I will do my best to post these to you guys first. If you guys get in first, that's what I'll do. Obviously, I want to find a stock that has liquid volume. This one has had millions of volume a day. So I want to find a stock that we can, have lots of volume for liquidity, right? So that's why I'm always looking for stock that has volume. It's either made a good uptrend, pulled back, or it's been in a monster downtrend, and we're ready for that reversion to mean. I don't think NVX is that bad. Now, clear risk versus reward. If it goes under the 200, we get out under there. That's the clear risk versus reward. If this decides to just like, okay, that's our clear risk versus reward. I think this can go much higher. That's why I'm taking it. I'm not willing. I mean, if I'm obviously I didn't put as much in this as Noka did. But this one I put 50 G's in. I think this is a decent company. And I will add more if we go into the 150s. We'll see. So I'm going to try to put some support in here. Because there's nothing wrong with this here. You can see the monster demand zone right up in here. Look at this to a T. We hit here, bounce, hit here, bounce, hit here, bounce. So we're creating a monster demand area where this could make a new high. So that's what I want to see. So this is based on literally technical analysis with future catalysts that it had, and to try to make a new uptrend. That's what I'm seeing, guys. Heck, this might go above $3.86. Remember, we're at the beginning stages of a new uptrend. It takes time. Sometimes it goes sideways, but it can take time to make a new uptrend. You can see it can go up like this, come back down, consolidate, and just keep staircasing up. That's what I can see if this thing catches a lot of attention. And I'm sure a lot of people see this same demand area that I'm looking at. I'm sure a lot of people will start seeing this demand area. Just mark out your support resistance, where did it bounce and all that, and you'll see it's literally right in that demand area. And that's what I was watching with the 200 at the bottom. All right, guys, definitely share this out. Join the Discord. It's only $12 a month if you subscribe on computers. Totally worth it. I'll give you guys the entries first with the ideas, with the profit target, stop loss, and everything. And share this out on Reddit, StockTwits, YouTube, wherever you're following is social media, as this could be the next big banger that could make 30% plus move easily. in my opinion. So 250 to 260, if we break those areas, you're looking at new highs, as that's going to be the next big resistance. So you just got to remember, you have demand area, supply zones right in here. So we're in this demand area. We've got to get out of here, break this supply area, which is my first target. If it breaks that, then we go into the next area, which is up in here. That's all you're doing. It takes time to break areas, come back down, push back up, and go from there. All right, guys, peace out. Thanks so much for watching this video. Give this a like, subscribe, comment. And as always, I will try to find you the number one stock. Usually once a day that I'll find the best pick. This just came across my scanner that I was like, okay, if I was going to pick any stock, NVX, I think, shows the best potential according to my system. All right, guys, peace out. Happy trading, and I'll see you in the Discord.